Well, the museum has a young adult group that meets once a month. And we do creative activities and eat together, and I'm trying to cultivate a younger generation at the museum. And so I asked them, you know, what kind of a special exhibit would you like to see at the museum? And because I know that most of them don't go to museums. And one of the women said, video games. And I'm thinking, where am I going to get a whole room of video games? This is not, you know, this is not doable for me, you know, because I've got to borrow things and, you know, whatever. So then, you know, in the conversation, somebody else says, well, you know, Star Wars. You know, a guy I went to school with, Kyle Dobbins, he has Star Wars. And I'm thinking, Star Wars, that is a great idea. So I contacted Kyle, and he told me he could probably fill the room up, but that's a bit much. It takes like taking off work a month to get all that together. So I thought, this is great. We'll do a pop culture exhibit, and we'll include the 80s because that's, you know, how they kind of fit into that. And we decided to make it begin in the 1940s, just to sort of meet our whole patronage, you know, people who come to the museum, get them interested. So that's how the idea came to be. And if you look around the room, things are going all the way up to the ceiling, and all the floor space is filled up. And we did get the video games. We have Nintendo and Super Nintendo and a Sega that people can come in and play. The Ohio Toy Company, I think it's called, gave us some Etch-a-Sketches, so they're things that people can play. So it is interactive. The Lava Rock Grill, so that they would sponsor the program, because I had gone over to the Lava Rock Grill, and if you ever go in there, you'll see that there's all kinds of pop culture things all over their walls. I thought they are the perfect ones to sponsor this, and they said yes, they would. And they even set up a little 1970s living room, and we're playing Laugh-In on an old console TV. So I'm very happy with the exhibit. I think it looks really nice, and there's lots of good sounds coming out. And of course, I went to Wikipedia to, like, okay, help me define what I'm talking about, because there are people go, well, I've got collectibles, but what are you talking about? So we're talking about items that are very well known in our culture. There's a bit of art in them. They're very graphic. There could be movies, there could be music, but they're not like high art. They're not something that's going to last for thousands of years because of some kind of artistic merit. So it's something that has captured the imagination of the common person. And when you see it, you know what it is. It becomes part of your life. And just like Andy Warhol told us that when he took a Campbell soup can, he said, you know, this is art, and this also tells you about our culture by looking at it. One other thing is that I got an email from a friend, and she told me that the Smithsonian right now has an exhibit of video games. So, I don't know who was first. I don't know if we were first or they were first, but we're not the only ones to be thinking along those lines. The pop culture exhibit will be on display through, I believe it's July 29th, so you have lots of time to come to see it. We are open from noon to 5 every day, no days of closing. And if you are a Coshocton resident, Wednesdays are free.